Nobody owes you anything. Life is what you make it, basically. I have a limited amount of time to do something great. And Steve Jobs said we're supposed to make a ding in the universe. My goal is to just become better, leave better than I came each time.
What's going on, everybody? This is Feel Your Soul podcast, where we interview people who I feel are on a journey, a spiritual journey of enlightenment and actually getting the things that they want. So I have one of my main guys on here that I always see posted, man. I see he's actually one of the more brighter kid. I'm not gonna call him a kid, but one of the brighter young men that I always see on here. He has so much going for him. For one thing, he loves to speak his mind, and also he is on his spiritual journey, man. So without further ado, I want to give it to my boy right here, Dullie.
What's going on, y'all? How
What's
everybody
up?
feeling?
What's up? So you might see me looking down, I have my camera down here, but I'm gonna try my best to keep my eyes on the camera. All right.
Yeah,
So at the end of the day, man, really let's just hear about Dullie. What's a day in a life of Dullie?
man, a day in the life for me is just waking up and getting after it because nobody owes you anything. Life is what you make it, basically. And all my life I've understood that. It's like all my life I've understood that I have a limited amount of time to do something great. And Steve Jobs said we're supposed to make a ding in the universe, and that's all I want to do. I just want to make my imprint because I know I can have an idea and put it out that will live longer than I will even be on the planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to do. That's what that's what my main focus is every day. But a day in the life for me, man, is just waking up, going to work, coming back to my lab and experimenting. That's it, just experimenting. And you can experiment and you can be persistent, and you have to be persistent with your experimentation, because like Thomas Edison, he wasn't just experimenting, he was persistent plus experimenting, and then that's how he became famous with the light bulbs. I mean, the light is illuminating my room right now. So that's what a day in life is for me. Just straight, just going after it, like getting after it, because uh basically I know that the things that I do, where I am in my life, there aren't many men who do what I do, because a lot of men just quit. So I just keep going, keep going, keep going, never quit. And that's how you succeed.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So when you say experiment, right? So when you go home, you get in the lab. What is that experiment? So what basically what is your goal that you're reaching for?
My goal is to just become better, leave better than I came each time. Just learn something new. I have books around me right now. I try to eat healthy. You see, I take Taekwondo now. I'm just like Neo in the Matrix. I'm just going down the rabbit hole like Alice in Wonderland. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Like, I legit don't know what's gonna happen. I know it's gonna be something positive. Like you say, stay blessed, stay abundant. So I know those things. It's gonna be something good. But I truly don't know. Like, sometimes, like, I make music now. My music is amazing, and like I don't know. Like, it's just crazy. Like, I don't know who I am. That's what I'm experimenting to become who I am. I just want to know who I am. We are human beings, and we're so goal oriented, but I want to become more like grounded in myself and be confident in my own being.
Yo, that's dope. That part is dope. And being confident in your own being. I think a lot of people in this world are not confident in themselves, right? So when I seen you, I
Mm.
was like, yo, this guy is like the epitome of confident. Like you're not scared to put your chest out there. You're not scared to be like, yo, nah, forget that. Don't be a bitch, right? That's one of the
Yeah,
things. You
yeah.
know, like you don't play the game at all. So living that type of life, like how do people view you? I understand how you view yourself, right? So when
Mhm.
you're out there in the world, like what are some of the things that you hear from people?
Well, I'm the type of guy you'll either hate or love me, because I'm so passionate about my life, because it's my life. So I don't have many. I have good friends, close friends. I have people I can go to in the toughest moments. I have people like that. And um, can you say the question again,
Yeah, so
please?
basically like when you're in front of people,
Oh
let's
yeah.
just go with friends now, right? So you're in front of people, like how do your friends see you, you know? And then we'll get
Mm.
into how
Oh
people that
man.
really know you see you. Yeah.
Oh, my friends see me as like a larger than life kind of character. Like they see me as like the leader in the group. I've always been like the leader. I have my two plaques from the football team over here to look at me to give me inspiration. Just the permanent captain on the football team, and then the
Mhm.
most valuable defensive back. So it's just like all my life I've been like the center of attention, even though I've never wanted to be. I'm a bashful person, but I know my energy. I vibrate on the high frequency, so I know every time I walk into the room, people look at me, and if I don't bring the right energy, I can bring down the mood of the room. So I always try to bring a smile. I always try to inspire somebody. I always try to that because yeah, like I have a large impact on people.
Yeah. Yeah, I could tell. I could tell. Yeah, energy is like that. Like if you go into the room, like you could either make it or break it, right? So I could
Yes,
definitely
sir.
tell that's your energy in the biggest sense. And so what do you do to get yourself, I guess, in a more positive mind state? Because I know a lot of people when they're trying to get a mind state, they don't know how to get past certain barriers, right? So some people
Mm.
that are they tend to stay angry for a very long time without even knowing what the consequences might be and not knowing how they're affecting other people. So when you're going into these rooms and you know that your energy is so strong and so powerful, like what is it that you do to get yourself in the right mindset?
Man, music is like the oldest is music, storytelling. Those are like the oldest things we've done as human beings to entertain ourselves. So I'm always listening to music and I'm just over here like singing and dancing and then here I go into work and I just naturally have that energy and I'm just like, what's up, guys? And like it's not like I don't have to turn it on. If anything, I have to just make sure I keep negativity away from me. That's
Mm.
my thing. I'm just keeping negativity away from me. I'm not letting anything get me down. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. That's where I'm at because I'm naturally light. I'm naturally positive. So I don't need to I watch anime, watch movies, I work out, I eat healthy, I meditate, I do all the things that I'm supposed to do, but it's like happy. There's no way to happiness. Happiness is the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So with that being said, and your vibration, right, in this world, and it affects other people. So I'm a huge believer, right, in the law of attraction. Okay. I believe that you attract things on the level that you vibrate. Now, I heard
Mm.
you telling a story of how you got into Taekwondo. I want you to let the people here know, like, how did that happen? Because I thought it was one of the most amazing things. And I think I posted something right before I seen that post with you, how things can come easy if you're on that
Mm.
vibration, if you're going in a certain direction. And then I can say almost like as soon as I posted that, I seen you had one of those victories in your life, man. So can you explain exactly what happened with that?
Yes, sir. Of course. So, I left my job because I wasn't getting along with the manager, and I took a nap. I came home. I took a nap. Then I woke up and I went to there's a spiritual shop around town, and I went in there. And then guess what? I picked up a book about the law of attraction. And I looked, I read a little bit about that, and I just went around the shop looking at the clothes, and then I left, walked down the street, and then I walked to past the guy. He has a nice Corvette, a white Corvette, and I've seen him a couple times before. I lived in this town in Florida my whole life, so I'm familiar with the area, and I just saw him a couple times. But today that day I was feeling a little down, so I was like, let me go talk to the guy. He was a nice man. He was just like, come on inside, let's talk. And he was just like, he let me just be me, and we were just talking man to man. He was also a black man, and he was just like, the strongest man, Jesus, he even wept. So I was just like, wow, that's powerful. And he was just like, don't worry about it. It's covered. When I was talking about, I was like, I can't afford the class, man. I was like, I want to train. Trust me, I come every day. But he was just like, don't worry, it's covered. And he was just like, if you give me if you give me all your all, I'll give you my all, basically. And that was really powerful. It's that's part of law of attraction. It's like the tiniest particle in the universe and the biggest white star, they're all the same thing. We're all stars. And it's like you have to believe it. It's not about what you know, it's about what you believe. And I believe I'm on the path. I believe I'm on my path. Like, I'm staying on my path, and I know I'm going to be successful. It's just time hasn't caught up yet. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah, just stay on it. And that's why I
Yes, sir.
say I know as far as you said like you don't really go for the goal, you just kind of just are, right? You just kind of just in that motion. Like I call it getting closer to the moment.
Mm,
That's exactly where you are right now. And I tell people all the time, like your mind is super powerful. Like
mm,
everything that's around you right now is because you can conceive it in your mind. If you couldn't conceive it, it wouldn't be there. So because our minds are exactly where they are, and we have our conscious and we have our subconscious mind is constantly playing out whatever is being fed. And that's what you see right now is the results of your subconscious mind, man. So knowing that principle, right? And knowing that we're all energy. And like you said, the smallest star, the biggest star, we're all the same thing. There's only one source, right? That we all have to report back to somehow, some
mm.
way. So knowing that and being in that infinite energy and knowing that you are an infinite being in that sense, man, like what is like the because you mentioned success, like so what does success look like for you? Let me say it like that.
Mm. I can easily define that for myself. Success for me is to be either undeniable or just completely self-sufficient. And when I mean undeniable, it's just like, if I
I think we lost connection with you, Dullie. Let me know. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but the connection is gone right now. So yeah, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. We're waiting for Dullie to get back on. Uh, Prayerfully he can hear me. I'm not sure if he can or he can't, but we're gonna give him a little bit more time to get back on. But as we go on, and like as I was saying, man, it's the law. All these things that we deal with in this earth have laws. Okay, we are blessed enough as human beings to have higher faculties. Okay, our higher faculties give us the ability to choose. Right, all of the creatures here on this planet, right? All the creatures here on this planet don't have that same ability. They don't have the same faculties, even though we are all connected within the same universe. Okay. So animals basically live off of their instinct. That's it. They do everything that is most instinctive to them. All right. But us as humans, we have the ability to choose within this universe, which is already put together for us. Dooley, looks like Dooley is back. All right, he's still getting his phone situated. But yeah, we are us as humans, we have that ability to use what God has already put on this planet. Like we don't create anything. We just use what is already there to go to cultivate what is in our minds. Okay. All right, so yeah. So here we go. Julia
sorry
back.
about that.
That's okay. It's okay.
What was the question again? My phone overheated.
No worries. Success. What is success for you?
Success for me is just to be undeniable. As a man, our number one job is to provide for our families, and I just want to be able to do that. I want a family. I'm 22. I'm pretty young, but I've been through the football, through the work stuff. Of course, I don't have all the experience, but I feel like I'm an old soul, so I don't think that there's anything left for me to do other like I think it's my job. I think I'll be a good father, and success for me, like that might be success for me, raising a child to be better than what I am. That's how my mind works. Like I always see the good in other people, and that's all I want to do. I just want to be somebody who just like inspires another person. I can be
Yeah.
successful. I can get $1 million. I can get an 8 pack. I can do all these things, but that's pretty much egotistical in my eyes. Those things like we come to earth or we don't value the things that are given to us for free, like our minds, our family, our dreams, our hopes, our community. Like the things that are given to us for free, we don't value, but the things we can replace, our jobs, our cars, our homes, we don't we value those things more than the things that are actually of value. So I'm just trying to get closer to the things that actually matter in life, and
Mm.
that's what success is for me. The man who wakes up with the least worries on his chest, that's a wealthy man. And right now, I feel like a wealthy man. So I feel like I'm a success right now, but I want to I want to I want to be a leader.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of us kind of want that in our lives, man. And I listen to a lot of like Earl Nightingale, like the stuff that you just said, man, it was
Mhm.
definitely picks up on that. Uh so only 1 out of 20 people actually get to the place that they are successful. Now, also, Earl Nightingale says success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And
Mhm.
the best, that's probably the best definition that I ever heard as far as success is concerned. Now, you being you want a family, right? So what does a family look like for you? Is that just the wife and kids? Like, are you looking at how many kids you want? What does that kind of look like?
Man, I already have it written down in my wallet. Like you're
Uh-huh.
supposed to write down your specifically which I already when I close my eyes, I can see visualize my home, the levels. I can visualize everything, and that's
Mhm.
what brings me peace. But
Yes.
yeah, it's like I already I know exactly the things that I want, and I don't show it to anybody. Nobody will ever see that. I won't let anybody see it. Like people try to see it, and I go, you're not allowed to. Like write your own goals down and keep that to yourself. That's what we should all do, and then attract that. But like I said, I already have the names picked out. I already know where I want to live. I already have the cars that I want picked out. So yeah.
So let's get into that. Let's get into that. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, well, I know you don't want to give it all out. That's because
Mhm.
that's your dream, right?
Yes,
Right.
sir.
But as far as success, because this is also a success podcast dealing with people in a spiritual sense, right? So, all right, just give me one. Just give me one. Your favorite car. Go.
My favorite car. Okay, my favorite car, probably the RX-7,
Okay.
Mazda RX-7. My dad had that, and it was a blue RX-7, probably like from Fast and Furious, and I just always thought it was a cool car, and I just I haven't had a car before. I you see I had my bike and I got hit by a car, so it's like man, it's like man, I'm just but I don't let that get me down. I stayed in that positive mindset and I kept going, but it's just like that's I anything is possible, anything is definitely possible. And the RX-7, I want to get that car. I also want to get a Maybach Benz.
Ooh, yes. Yes.
That's
Yeah.
that's the one that I really want. The Maybach Benz with the LED lights, like it just looks really luxurious, and I want to just drive. I can't wait to just be in it, driving my family around and tell them like I told you I will like I told you I would accomplish these things. Y'all might have thought I was crazy or delusional or just I was dreaming too big, but it's like what do they say? Shoot for the stars and settle for the moon or whatever. It's like that's what my mindset is.
Yeah, yeah, that's where it should be. Because a lot of us, well, a lot of people that we grew up around, they only know one type of mindset, which is the mindset of, not really prospering, not really succeeding, and just kind of thinking that this world is what it is. So, another thing that I learned from like Earl Nightingale, Bob Proctor, they all kind of say the same thing, that everything just is. And
Mhm.
like you were saying earlier, your perspective is what changes that. Okay. So, and I give us this example too. Like you see a light bulb, right? And it's late at night and you lose your pen, that light bulb is something that's helpful for you, right? But if you're somebody that's kind of laying down in the bed and then you get somebody turns this light on you, right? And now it's like, man, yo, turn the light off. Now that same light bulb at that
Mhm.
same has two different perspectives, one being more positive and the other one being more negative. So because of that, everything just is. And that's the way that God made it. Everything just is. Nothing is inherently good. Nothing is inherently bad. It's all
Right.
based off what is happening to the individual at that time, man. So yeah, these principles are key. I believe they're key to life. If we start to learn these things, life is going to be amazing. Life is always amazing. Like my life is always amazing. I'm always excited. This is what it is for me. And I vibrate that to other people and I get that back in return. So, yo, this is awesome. This is awesome, man. So, is anything that you actually wanted to mention, man, about yourself, about some more things that you got coming down the pipeline? And yeah, just let me know.
Well, I was going to start a podcast with my friend. We were going to
Mhm.
talk about he's Christian. I'm more just spiritual, but you can see the wisdom within in Jesus' teaching. So he wanted
Yeah.
to start a podcast about that and then invite people on, have special guests. And I was like, bro, let's get it started. And like the way I am, I'm like, bro, let's do it today. I have the mic, I have the snowball mic, I have a laptop, I have my apartment. Let's do it now.
Yeah. I'll be free.
I know I can become a commodity in society because
Yeah.
what I have in my mind, I study all day. I have
Losing
books
you a
here.
little, we're losing you a little bit, Dullie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, your phone lost connection a little bit. It might be on my end, but
You good now? We good now?
yeah, but I can hear you.
Okay.
So you're saying about the podcast with your friend.
Yeah, I want to start a podcast. I already have a YouTube channel. I post on my SoundCloud. I need to start a new page for my SoundCloud because that's like my personal page. I need to start a actual official page for my music career.
Yeah.
But that's I think that I truly don't know what I'm gonna do because I have my foot dipped in so many like avenues right now. But what I really want to do is just make money online, just Wi-Fi money.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. I think that's awesome. So you said, are y'all going to start it? When are y'all actually gonna get push that button on the podcast?
I'll have to do that. I mean, that's how I like I said, I'm the leader for my like the group of my friends. I'm the leader, so I have to be the one to be like, all right, today we're gonna start the podcast, or I already did start the podcast. Come on, guys, like I do
Yeah,
with my music. Like I have a studio in my room that I record music. So like that didn't happen overnight. Like I bought the equipment. It was hard for me to learn the Logic Pro, but I did. I did it myself. And once I learned that I can do things myself, even if it's difficult, then I
yeah,
all I have to do is just start it. The hardest
yeah,
part is just starting it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. Yeah, yes. I think that's like once you pass that starting point and you kind of know what you're gonna do, that's when the world starts to open up, man. And that's what I noticed. Like all the stuff that's going on in my mind before I started, it's like almost see like the worst of the worst of the
Mm,
possibilities that could happen until I just step out there. It's like, yo, this wasn't as bad as I thought it was, right? And
exactly.
it's actually fun. I actually like the process of starting something new like this. Like this is actually my first interview, right? So I called you up. I was like, yo, it's my first interview because I said, hey, I want to speak to people. I want to hear what's on your mind. And that's how we got here. So
Wow.
with that being said, I'm a huge fan of Social Proof and David Shands. He always asks this question at the end of his interviews, right? I'm gonna ask you the same thing. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? What does Dooley look like?
I want to have a one son by then. I want to have one son. That's what I always have in my mind. By 27, I want to have one kid. And
Yeah.
but to have one kid, I'll tell you part of my goal, $10 million.
Okay.
$10 million. That's what Jim Carrey said. He said he wrote a check to himself for $10 million,
That's
and he
right.
did that because his father didn't believe that he could have been successful, and because of that, he started to work a job he didn't like, and he ended up getting fired from that job. So Jim Carrey saw that you can go for a job that you don't even like and fail. So you might as well do something that you like and try to succeed.
Boom, boom, boom. That's awesome. All right, Dullie, look. So I'm gonna let you close this one out, man. First of all, I want to say thank you so very much for this opportunity. It's really a blessing for me. It helps me to continue to do and be the person that I want to be. And I wouldn't have had that opportunity tonight if it wasn't for you, man. So I appreciate you. I got so much love for you. And you didn't resist. As soon as I asked you, you was like, yo, let's go. And so I really appreciate you for that, man. And I just want to keep seeing you do the thing out there, do your thing out there. And we're gonna get to the place where we're actually making so much money from this thing, and we're gonna be able to share the wealth with each other, man. And it's gonna be an exciting time. I really do believe that, man. So anything that you have to say about what you got going on, say it, and we're gonna close it out.
What I have going on is just like you said, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, and I'm on that path to my idea. I'm creating my paradigm, like Bob Proctor. I'm creating
Mhm.
my paradigm that I want to live in. I'm only
Yeah,
22, so I don't have everything figured out, but I'm on that path. And men like you, I appreciate because you see the light in me. You see me working my way out of the darkness.
yeah, for
And
sure.
man, I really appreciate you, and I hope we can continue to help each other out. You know, because the knowledge that you give me, you may not even know how much it inspires me. But yeah, you truly know what you're talking about, man. I appreciate you for sure.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that, man. I accept that, and I'm gonna hold that one close to my heart, man. So, with that being said, man, he said it best, and he's gonna be doing so many wonderful things out here, uh, and I can't wait to see what his next 5 years is gonna look like. Because we're definitely gonna bring him back. It's probably gonna be before then, and he's gonna definitely have that $10 million, man, because it's only $10 million, right? So, good day. Until next time. Yo, stay blessed, stay abundant. I love y'all. Peace.